without further ado, let's go into what happened during championship week, which seemed like forever ago. But you know what? We were gone for Christmas and all that, so let's get into it. Championship week was a good week. We went 6-4, 3-1 on best bets. We missed the Jackson State, Kennesaw State over. We missed James Madison. We missed North Texas team total over. But then we got Boise State, the Boise State team total, the BYU team total under, Georgia, missed Virginia, and then we got Indiana and the Indiana-Ohio State under. So it was a good week. That was like the third straight year, I think, of really good championship week. I think the year before was even better. It was like 8-2. So, that brings us to 188 and 138 and 2 on the year. 50 games above 500, which is great. About 57.7% against the spread record, which is good. And then we're at 27, 25, and 2 on best bets. So let's get into the playoff. I actually don't even have FanDuel up yet. I probably should. Let's go to the sports book here. I won't log in. And let's see what we got this week. So there's a couple games going on right now. I would have picked Texas had I bet it. I actually probably would have picked Duke too, but they're actually not playing super well, but they could still win. I would have been on Utah. Everybody left on Nebraska. But let's get into the playoff action, shall we? Wow. So sharp money's come in late on Miami. I would have I got this at 10. So, wow, we've seen a lot of action in on Miami late here. And I did get this at 10. That's crazy. I placed my bet a good 2 hours ago. It was at 9.5. I used a profit boost to boost it to 10. And that's where I'm at on this game. I think this is two good defenses. And I see Miami hanging in there during this one. Maybe losing by 7, maybe 8. I just don't see a blowout scenario in this game because both defenses are strong. Now, there is a scenario out there where Carson Beck throws 2 picks, and you're looking at Ohio State winning this thing like 24 to 10. But I think the most likely scenario here is like Ohio State 21, Miami 14. You know what I mean? That's the most likely scenario that I see. And that means I also like the under. If you can get 41, that'd be even great. That'd be even better. So I would go with the under and Miami. I still like Miami here, but if you can find that 9.5 still out there or boost it up to a 10, that's even better. Desynced, how are we doing? Brett, speed running the just chatting category, Pog. Yeah, we kind of do a mixture. We do travel, just chatting for sports, and then we do the video games. But yeah, we do got to speed run this one so we can get this in before the game starts tonight. I couldn't find time to do it the last few days. But how we been, Desynced? So that's where I'm at on this game. You could even do another angle of Miami team total under. I think Ohio State's defense is elite, and I think you can still get a pretty good team total under for Miami. 15.5, yeah. So, I mean, if they score 14, you get it. And I think that's a pretty likely scenario, back to my 21 to 14 prediction. I think that's a pretty decent number there. I also think that you could even attack the first half under as well if it's still 24. It probably isn't anymore. But let's see. It's 20.5 now. I would stay away from that because 21 could easily happen. If it was 21.5, maybe. But yeah, I probably wouldn't touch that anymore. That half a point there was pretty key. Had a nasty cold that I think is finally leaving. Oh, that's glad to hear that you're getting over it. It seems like the flu has been running its course throughout the nation. I'm just really thankful that it hasn't touched our family yet. In fact, kind of weird. We haven't been sick all year, which is both a good thing and frightening at the same time. Maybe something really bad's coming. I don't know. But yeah, so far so good. I was really thankful that we didn't get sick over the winter break there, because that's notorious for getting something with all the gatherings, right? All right, moving on here to tomorrow, New Year's Day. My Ducks playing against Texas Tech. Now, I am really scared of Texas Tech. They are very good. They probably have the nation's best defensive linemen. However, it seems like the Big Ten has been flexing its muscles in the postseason with now, a 6-1 record in bowls. Now, the Big 12 has done pretty well too, 3-0. I didn't think the Big Ten was as good as it is so far. I thought it might even be the third best conference. But here we are right now looking like possibly the best after I thought the SEC was the best all year. But now it's starting to look a little differently depending on how things turn out these next 2 days. But Texas Tech, really good defense. Oregon's got a good defense. And I do think that their coach is going to yell at them after James Madison scored a bunch in the second half in the first round game. So I do see an under 50.5 coming in for this game. Sharp money early was on Texas Tech, but now a little bit more money's coming on Oregon. That's why we're seeing 2.5 now. It was 1.5. I'm not even going to worry about the point spread. Just give me the win. I'll take the minus 134 money line with the Ducks. I'm thinking maybe a 24-23 ball game. In that case, you wouldn't win with the point spread there, so that's why I like the money line better. Now, if this were to get to 3.5, I actually might consider Texas Tech, because I do think this could easily be a field goal finish game. So keep an eye on that tomorrow if you see a 3.5. Not a bad pick to pick Texas Tech there at 3.5. But as it stands right now, I like the Ducks money line. I also like the under. Alabama and Indiana, pretty fascinating game here. One of the notorious losing programs in football, facing one of the most winningest programs. But yet the school that's lost a bunch is favored and the number one seed. Well, this isn't your grandfather's Indiana. This is a really good Indiana team. Cignetti's building a dynasty there, what looks like. Now, Alabama looked pretty good a week ago. Indiana has had a long layoff. But I do think Indiana is better, and there is a scenario out there where Indiana could blow this game open and win by double digits. But the most likely scenario, we're talking about probability here, is Indiana wins this game by 6. Therefore, I'm on the Crimson Tide, the plus 7.5. I think Indiana's going to win the game, but I don't think it'll be by more than 7 points. I make this line at 5.5, 6 on my power ratings. So you're not getting much wiggle room here, but it's just enough for me to take the 7.5 with Alabama. All right, Ole Miss, Georgia, the final quarterfinal game tomorrow at night. And this is the best bet and the safest bet of the entire quarterfinal round. Let's go ahead and play that song. You know where I'm going. Kirby Smart, Georgia's coach, has the most experience of any of the coaches in this playoff. And he's been given 3 weeks, essentially, to prepare for Ole Miss. And I'm sure he's not too happy about how many points Ole Miss scored on them last time they faced each other, which was this year. Yes, Georgia won that game by, 8 or 9 points. But I think Kirby's smart because he's already faced him. He's had time to prepare. And Ole Miss's coach, this is his second game ever as a head coach. So there's a huge coaching advantage here. This is neutral site. The last one was at Georgia. I think Georgia is going to win this game by more than 7. So 6.5 is a great number. Please get in when it's 6.5. Once it gets to 7.5, you lose a ton of value there. So I think Georgia's going to take care of business here. But if you didn't want to mess around with that, the money line's a lock. So that's where I am. So let's build a parlay just for fun, since there's not too many games to talk about here. I would do Georgia money line. Then I would do Alabama alt. Let's see if we can get them to like a couple of touchdowns here. Let's see. Spread. I don't like how big this is. It's bothering me. You could be safe with probably 10.5, but if you really wanted to be safe, you can go 13 or 14 here. And let's go back to the other two. And with Oregon, Texas Tech, you could either take the under and blow that up another touchdown or so, or just do Oregon. Really go either way here. Texas Tech, you could move to like 10, or you could do Oregon down to plus 4.5. So now you're in plus odds. And finally, grab the last leg here with Miami and Ohio State. We will give the Hurricanes quite a few points here. We'll go to, since 10, why not 12 or 13, even 14. 14 is probably the safest. That gets you plus 248. You might be able to find a profit boost out there to boost it even more. But $5 of that would pay $14.24, so you get $19.24 back. So not too shabby there. That's where I would be if I were building a parlay out of this. And I did build the same parlay myself using a free token. So I am on that one just for fun. I do parlays half units, and the singles I do full units. And then one more bowl game I kind of like. Actually, two. Navy, if you can find a touchdown or less. You never want to bet against Navy, Army, or Air Force in bowl games. They're always get up for them. They don't have opt-outs for those games. It's very important to them. So I would be on Navy, even though Cincinnati is a good team. And I'd be on Arizona here. Arizona finished the year stronger than SMU. SMU a little let down from being left out of the ACC title game. I don't know how much they care. And Arizona's a little closer to El Paso than SMU is, not by much. I believe. No, actually, this is the Holiday Bowl. Arizona is closer to San Diego than SMU is. So I would be on the Wildcats here. Just take the money line. So that's where my plays would be. And I'd probably be on Wake Forest here, too, at the 3.5. Sharp money is on the Demon Deacons for that game. Sharps are right more than the public is. So. But yeah, those are my plays. I will be back on Friday for gaming. But yeah, I wanted to get in my college football plays for the quarterfinals, and I hope everybody has a happy new year. Bet responsibly.